time I have had the chance to visit Teach for Pakistan, I'm just amazed by the hearts and minds and souls kind of drawn to the work. You're just a movement of incredible people, and just reflecting on what you've done over this past year, I think is still more testament to that, as the previous speakers have noted. And I'll just add that not only did your valiant efforts to keep kids safe and learning impact your own communities and country, but you were one of the earliest organizations in the network to show people across the world what was possible. And the stories and videos from you all helped inspire so many others. I had the chance just recently to be on a panel for a global audience with your own Rabia Chaudhry, who was able to, and I know she, alongside so many of you all, just pioneered so many innovations with the WhatsApp school and in many other ways. And it was just amazing to hear her share that experience and inspire others globally as well. So first of all, just huge thanks for all you've done for your own country, but really for the world. When I thought about what I wanted to share with you all today, I thought I would just share a bit. About 5 years ago, and Khadija shared good background about Teach for All and how we came together and launched this network just about 13 or 14 years ago. So now there are 60 organizations in 60 countries in every region of the world. And about 5 years ago, we came together to ask ourselves what it was that we would work on together. What was our 25-year vision? What would we want to accomplish together in the next 25 years? And we came together, we thought about where the world would be in 25 years. And, that question, like, you realize how uncertain things are. And I think this year has brought that all to the fore, but we realized even before, the economy is changing so much. There are such increasingly complex problems that face us all in terms of the environment and challenges just in attaining our aspirations for peace and sustainability and inclusiveness. And as we thought about that, we realized that we needed to see the students in our classrooms today developing as leaders who can shape a better future. And we came together around a vision that in the next 25 years, in every region of the world, we would see whole communities, whole geographic regions, enabling all their students to have the education and support and opportunity to shape a better future for themselves and for all of us. And so when I think about you all and already the innovation and leadership that we've seen over the years and from your cohort from Teach for Pakistan, I am so hopeful and so optimistic that some of those communities will be there in Pakistan, that we will be able to learn from and show the world, what is possible. And what leads me to say that, beyond just how inspired I've been by you all, is that I've seen now in so many parts of the world that when we can galvanize what we call collective leadership, meaning when there are change agents working at every level of the education system and policy and around the whole ecosystem around children, who are working together and collaboratively and collectively. And when those people are a diverse group and work in ways that inspire and support the leadership of everyone in the community, from students to their parents to other teachers in our schools and other educators and other allies, that's when we see systemic change happen. And, I can see this in my own country, where Teach for America has been working for, in some communities, 20 or 30 years. And I just think back to even just 15 years ago here, where the prevailing conversation was that we had seen transformational change in classrooms and we'd seen it in schools, but we hadn't yet seen it across whole communities. And I just reflect on how much that's changed in my own country in the last 15 years. There are now many, many communities that are seeing truly transformational change if you measure that by graduation rates and college going rates and college graduation rates. And what's amazing to me is that I feel like we're seeing that kind of impact even more quickly in other communities around the world. And that's another thing that makes me so optimistic. I was in a conversation recently with the founder of, or actually I should say the CEO of Enseña Peru, which launched about 10 or 11 years ago. And to hear what's happening there in their country, where there are maybe 50 some alumni of Enseña Peru at this point working in the federal ministry, but also so many alumni working at every other level of the system. So I think about this one community where they're working called Ancash, which is a community in the north, where the educational outcomes are particularly weak. And to see what they've done to bring everyone together in that community, students, parents, educators, around a vision for student success, and to mobilize truly collective action where they're investing in the leadership of students to engage even at the federal level in shaping education policy. They're investing in developing the leadership of the students' parents so that they're an advocacy force for change. They're investing in the development of thousands of other teachers and teacher trainers. And so seeing their work has already started to move the needle on educational outcomes in this community. And I share that just as one of so many examples of what is possible. So I guess my message to you all and my hope is that, first of all, and I can tell from what I've read that you're already doing this, that each of you will ask yourselves essentially what you've learned during these last 2 years and what you think are the biggest challenges in today's system, but also where you know your strengths are personally and where you think you personally can make the biggest contribution. And then I hope you will continue to come together as a collective and to build the muscle of constantly reflecting together on where you are in relation to the vision that you're trying to achieve, where you're making progress, what you're learning, what the remaining biggest challenges are, and what more you can do individually and collectively to move the needle for kids towards your vision. I know that if you do that, you may not see it in the day-to-day, and it is a very long game. I mean, I think as you all have seen, there are no quick and easy answers in this, but I just know that you'll wake up in several years and realize that you have collectively, alongside and in partnership with many others in your community, made a really meaningful impact. So I wish you the best in this pursuit and just so look forward to learning from you and with you and alongside you, and again, surfacing your insights and lessons learned to inform this kind of worldwide movement that we're working to build. Thank you all so much. And I look forward to being with you at some point in person and learning more about your journey.